I'm Jeff, amateur prospector. This is Gold Rush 21. This is actually the second attempt to try to go up and test out my new pan I bought myself for my birthday. I broke down and I bought the Super Sluice. It's a huge pan, and I tried to go out a couple days ago. Beautiful day and everything, but unfortunately around here, when it's really hot, the snows melt and all the rivers were just really high. I couldn't find any ground, nothing. They were basically chocolate milk. And around here, when it rains, the creeks go up, but the snows slow down melting and they go down. So I checked the river levels this morning, and supposedly they're down a foot or two. So hopefully I can at least find something to try out my new pan. I'm going to try. That's all I'm going to do today. I'm not going to set up any sluices or equipment or anything huge. I'm just going to spend a couple hours testing out this pan. And I got a streaming deal on it, so truth, I paid 10 bucks for it, which was a good deal for that pan. So we'll see how it works. Hopefully I can find something to dig and find me that nug. Gold Rush 21. Howdy, hey, welcome back to Gold Rush 21. Well, the river is down a little bit, not much, but it's down just enough. I think I can at least try. I went to about 5 different creeks that I thought at least I could try, but they were pretty much raging. So I just came to the old reliable. Been here before, obviously, but last dig I did was actually, sorry for the heavy breathing, was actually right here. And I know it was about 7 feet by 7 feet, because there's that boulder right there. And I know that, and remember at least, that under that stuff there was still some really good gravels underneath this overburden. The water here is still moving really quick and high. It's not quite as silty as it was yesterday, but again, that's because the rains bring the temperature down and the melt slows down a little bit. But as you can see, still plenty of water. But you can see how much. That's about, oh, I don't know, 14 inches, 18 inches, somewhere in between there. But I did find this big rock boulder, pulled out a couple smaller ones, and there we go. So I get to try out my Super Sluice. Kind of funny how everything's called super nowadays, but this is the Garrett Super Sluice. It has got a screaming deal on it. It's a big pan, but as you can see, really big, deep ripples. Huge 15-inch pan, but this area, of course, and the pan is huge, so it actually even says on the back that it's designed for moving a lot of material with the pan. So today, well, actually this weekend, I was bound to determine I'm going to try it out. So we got the hole ready to go. I'm going to run a few pans. It stopped raining here for a few seconds. We got just enough room. Let's find a nug. Gold Rush 21. Sounded like a nug to me. Boy, I tell you what, holds a lot of material. Definitely feels like a two-handed fan. Boy, it doesn't take long to get it down though. And I do notice you don't have to be as nervous about an overflap and spilling out your gold because those ripples are so big. We'll check that out. At least enough to do a pullback. Right. Bingo. I got gold. First gold in my new pan. Alright, let me clean this up a little bit and I'll show you what I got. I got the nug, Gold Rush 21. Howdy hey. Okay, my first official pan using the Super Sluice. And I don't know if you can see them. There's definitely, I got about, they're small, but there's some nice flakes. There's about 20 flakes in there, maybe 25. So, success. I like it. So I'm going to snuffer those up. I'll dig a little bit more. See how much gold I can get in a few pans. Can't spend a lot of time here today. I got stuff to do, but I'm happy now. Hell, that might even be the $10 I just spent to get it. Gold Rush 21. This one definitely feels like there's a nug in there. It is kind of nice that with a big pan like this, I don't even really need to classify. I mean, it'll probably make it pattern, but in some ways those rocks help aerate the pan. Waves are starting to piss me off though. They don't help when you get down. They seem to come in segments, but deal with what you have to deal with. Seems like good gravels. Really work it. Trust your ripples. That's what I was always taught. Trust your ripples. So let's see if I can trust them. Gosh darn, that's fast. What I'm doing is, that was a mess up. You don't ever want to throw stuff out of your pan. I just missed the wave. I'm already down where I can take a look. I'm almost, other than a little bit of lighter sink. We got some rocks in there. And there's gold. Definitely some gold. Alright. Let me get this pan back. What was that? God, that couldn't have been much more than a minute. Maybe a little over. And I'm already down to almost just black sand, so that's pretty impressive. My my super pan has 3 smaller ripples, and I like it. It actually does better with this type of material. But if you're not going to classify and you just want to prospect and or just have fun panning, goodness gracious. I don't know if I would start with this as a beginner though. That's a lot of weight and a lot of pan to handle at first, but on the other hand, it's pretty forgiving. So, yeah. And a big window to be able to pull stuff back, that's really nice. Especially with this kind of gold, because this is just all flower gold. And I got stars all over the sand right now. I got to be really careful when I'm doing this because, you know, as I say many times before, gold floats. But I can tell you right now, I still got that much black sand left up there. And I can already see at least a dozen flakes in there. And so, let me get this pan back. We'll see how this one did. Gold Rush 21. Give me that nug. Howdy hey. Alright, I pulled back that second pan. I got some good colors. I'll show you here in a second. But here's a pointer for this pan that I just realized. You know, the panners realize that you can tap the pan and make the gold climb. With those giant ripples like that, you got to be careful. Well, I mean, you're not going to lose it unless you turn the pan over. But I noticed I climbed the gold all the way up underneath one of those ripples. And I was like, where'd all my gold go? And so I re-swished it and I watched them all come down. So, you know, again, I'm an amateur and that's my first time using this pan. So every pan feels and acts a little different. And I have pans that I use for certain things because I can get little jiggly action with them. Especially the smaller pans, getting rid of this black sand. And, you know, you've seen the other videos that I show you how I do that. But this one here, it's heavier. It's got some weight to it, but it needs to be because it holds a lot of material. That probably, even compared to my super pan, which I always classify in that if I can, you save time. I don't think you need to classify with this. In fact, I believe those rocks, because it has so much material in there, actually work to help aerate the soil to let that gold settle. And then you just reach in and you rake them out and pull them out. And so yeah, let me show you the gold. I'm happy with it. Second pan, I got at least 15, 20 colors. Let me grab this. Ooh. But yeah, right there. I don't know if you can see it, but I got about oh, I don't know, 4 or 5 pretty good sized flakes. I wouldn't quite say nugs, but for 2 pans I already got about I already got 50 flakes, and I don't know what that last pan did. I felt a little more comfortable with it the second time, kind of understanding how these riffles work. But yeah, that's probably about a minute or 2 of actual heavy panning. I think if I just use this, got it down to where, you know, I told you I was going to pull it back and just dump it into my bucket, and I just do that all day. Well, not all day, because anybody who pans knows that's hard on your back. You can get a good haul with just a pan. Definitely, I'm glad I got this tool in my arsenal. I didn't like it when I first felt it with another guy's, because it is so heavy. But now I understand why. So let's get another pan going. Gold Rush 21. This time there's going to be a nug. Alrighty. Pan number 3. It's starting to rain. Hey, come on, Wade, knock it out. So again, I just shake and rake these bigger rocks out. You know, a couple of bigger ones in there. I'm doing different things with this to see how it behaves. Right now, I mean, the material, even doing this, when you're able to, because of that big area, we're really able to agitate. And I like it. And as I said before, the more you get down, the more you have to be a little bit more careful. Boy, I'll tell you what, it doesn't take long. But it does hang on to those bigger rocks, I'll give it that. Now, I think it was definitely, they named it right by calling it a sluice, because even after you run stuff through the sluice, you still have to clean it. So, like I said, I think this particular tool here would be really good just to get it down to that level. Right there. I mean, I could definitely pull out some of these rocks. But that hardly took any time at all to get it down to where my sluice actually gets it. But today I didn't bring anything but the pan. And I mean, I got some gear up in my truck, so I'm not going to go bring it down just for this. But yeah, it takes no time at all to get it down to this point. So what I do is I get her down to just black sand there, and I already showed you how I do it. I take it down into this corner, and then I at first just put a little pan, and then I peel pan, and then I paint like flying gold just to make sure I didn't mess up. Those waves don't help. And if you're in doubt, now I am looking for gold when I do that. I mean, I don't want to wash something out. But if you ever have something happen like that wave just hit me, put it back in there, do it again. It doesn't take too long. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and see what we got here. Let's see. Got a little excited when I saw this rock here in the water. It was kind of a rusty gold. Nice piece of gold there. Oh yeah, there's gold. Good amount. Got the stars showing up already. This side's garnet. Oh, that's a really nice garnet. That's a thicker garnet. I'm going to have to save that for my daughter.
right. Now we got gold. So, waves always come at the wrong time. So again, what I do is I get her down to where I wash the rocks out and the other sandy stuff, but even right there, I missed that garnet. It's a good sized flake. It's starting to rain a little bit, so I think I'm going to take a little couple-minute break, pull this back, get it snuffed up, and well, I'll probably take a picture of it or something when I get her down. So, Gold Rush 21. If I was to grade this for an all-purpose pan for doing everything, no, I don't recommend it. I would recommend the Super Pan. It's a good balance between the ripple size, the openness here. But for somebody who kind of understands the panning process and wants to move a lot of material like a sluice does, A+. I'll give it an A+. My Super Pan can't anywhere near move that much material that fast. I have to be a little more careful with it because the ripples aren't so big. These ripples here, if I had to say anything about the inconvenience of them, they hold on to too much rocks and heavies, but you can work around that. As the sluice goes, especially for packing in somewhere, hell, I don't know, I might even, by the time somebody classifies a bucket, which takes time, I could probably run, shoot, 20 pans. Well, the waves slow me down here right now, but I say waves, it's a river, but it's just the swelling. So, Gold Rush 21, good pan. Howdy, hey, welcome back. I just finished pulling out pan number 3 and getting her down to snuff her up, and I had to kind of stop a little bit sooner than I like. The really small gold was starting to float, so I'll clean that part up when I get home. So got that garnet sucked up though, but good pan. It's a good pan, and like I said, I normally like to clean it better than that, but I'm a greedy bastard, even to lose a microflake. So let's take a look. Got some good sized flakes in there too. I mean, again, no nugs or anything, but yeah, I don't know if this thing focuses very well, but bottom line is we're getting gold. Thank you. Gotta watch out for nettles around here. Gold Rush 21. Welcome back. Just about finished hydrating here, and yeah, I noticed the time. I didn't plan on spending the whole day up here anyway, so I think I'm gonna do one more pan. Maybe 2, but I think one more. Then I need to get home and I gotta get some stuff done as well as get my barbecue fired off for the meats for the week. But it's a good day. Cheers. Gold Rush 21. Well, welcome back to Gold Rush 21, pan number 4. In fact, I know I'm not going to be able to do this holding this pan, so I'm going to set it here. But I was pulling this back. I didn't want to bore you with another boring panning video. But there we go. There's a nice one. Hopefully that shows up. That's right. In my book, that's a nug. I'll finish this up. That might make me do another pan. Gold Rush 21. Sweet! Howdy. Well, I finished pulling that back. And pan number 4. And this is the gold in there. There's probably would have been better if I left water in there, but there's some nice flakes in there. And that one bigger one, I just went ahead and I already snuffed that up when I was doing this, so I couldn't help myself. One more pan. We'll do an even 5. Oh wait, 5's not even. Maybe 6. I don't know. Let's do one more. One more. Finally made it under that boulder, which you can't see because of the water. But with my excavator down there, instead of that little tiny shovel, it only takes like, well, you can't get a full scoop underneath these rocks, but it only takes 3 or 4 shovelfuls just to fill it up. So let's do one more. Can't help myself. It's my birthday present. Gold Rush 21. Okay, welcome back. Did 5 pans. I didn't show you the last one because you can't see it, but it finally opened up and starting to rain again. And kind of a tough reclamation here because it was all sand. So, but I know the river's going to come up again, and I ain't picking up somebody else's boulders and carrying them all the way over here. So this will fill in, and once this river comes up a foot again, because yesterday it was all the way up here, and so it's supposed to come back up another foot or two, so it will be fine. But I did good. 5 pans, a good even number. But let's get this home, and we'll see what the tally is for today. See if that Super Sluice lives up to its name. Gold Rush 21. Howdy hey again. I just wanted to point out the other advantage of that Super Sluice. When you're packing out, that's it. A pan and a shovel. Oh, I should point out too. Okay, so there's the Super Sluice. You've seen that. Let me put this in my pocket here real quick. This is my super pan. Even says super pan. Dun dun dun. But anyway, you can see the Super Sluice is considerably bigger. Big giant ripples. Really worked well, but it definitely works like a sluice. The Super Pan, the much smaller riffles, but there's 3 of them, and they still catch, and they're still good. Still has a big surface area here. Way lighter, way easier to handle. You can still move a lot of material with this, but nowhere near as fast as the Super Sluice. The Super Sluice, though, on the other hand, is not good for that cleanup kind of stuff. I was able to get the stuff back and snuffer it up, but it took a while. So I think, what am I going to use it for? Just what it says, as a sluice. Shoot, I could go just like that. I don't even need to bring in my classifier. You know, I don't even need that anymore. And just do, just use this as the cleanup, or just dump it in my bucket, or a jar or whatever. But you know, unless I have a place where I can set up my Keen sluice or my backpacking sluice, this is a good option, a really good option, and I'm glad I got a screaming deal on it. So let's go home and see what we got. Gold Rush 21.
Howdy hey. Well, I dumped my snuffer bottle. Trying to keep my hand out of the shadows here, but 5 pans. That's what that equals. Pretty impressive. And look at that nice. Look at that nice garnet right there. That's a pretty one. So, always have problems with the focusing. I'm sorry. I'll make sure and take a good picture of it. But 5 simple pans out of the Super Sluice. I'd say that was a good day for what, you know, an hour or 2. Well, I did a lot more driving than that, but that wasn't because of any other reason than looking for a different spot. But was a good day. That's some good color. That's a good haul, and I'm glad I got that Arsenal. So you guys have a wonderful week, and I will see you next time. Gold Rush 21.